Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It seems like as each day comes and goes, we just keep getting more and more information revealed about the Battle Royale mode here in Modern Warfare, otherwise known as Warzone. Now, while the mode still hasn't even been acknowledged by Activision or Infinity Ward, it is all but officially confirmed at this point, as we have the teaser for it within the Season 2 intro cinematic. We have game files on game files on game files relating to various assets for the mode. We have the whole classified tab on the main menu, which has glitched for several people and actually revealed the Warzone name. And that is all really just the tip of the iceberg, because earlier this week, even more Warzone information leaked, and it is some of, if not the most important intel we've got so far. But before we jump into it all, if you're new here, feel free to subscribe with your notifications turned on to stay on top of the latest Call of Duty news and intel. Warzone, multiplayer, you name it, we've got it right here on the channel. Also, if you enjoyed the video at any point, let me know by dropping a like on it. So, briefly recapping what we already know about Warzone, for a while now we've figured there was going to be a Battle Royale mode this year that was not some extension of Blackout. I believe shortly after the game launched in like mid-November, if I'm recalling correctly, we ended up seeing a huge asset file dump from Reddit user Senasalo that included the names of various zones on the map, new points of interest, public and private match options, and a general rundown of how the mode itself is going to work. And that initial leak sort of started the snowball's descent, and this thing has been rolling pretty steadily ever since. Obviously, we have certain mechanics in multiplayer, where we can skydive and parachute in Ground War, we can revive in certain modes like Cyber Attack, we can find loot on the walls in Gunfight OSP, all of which are mechanics in Battle Royale as well. So, despite there never even being a BR mode announced or mentioned officially by Activision or Infinity Ward, the leaks and all the signs of similar mechanics indicated one was coming. We also got word from various leakers pretty early on saying that the Battle Royale mode was coming sometime in early 2020, presumably January or February. Now obviously, that did not come to fruition, and some leaks don't always fall into place like that, and so for that time we were just kind of left in the dark. But then, with the launch of Season 2, everything started to pick back up again. As I mentioned, with Season 2, the intro cinematic kind of not so subtly revealed something was happening in the background, as Ghost can be heard saying they're targeting their own, and of course we see soldiers jumping out of an aircraft, followed by a wall of gas coming in the background. Once again, clearly, and I mean bright as day, referencing Battle Royale mechanics. Like it is the most obvious way of saying, yeah, hey, this is happening, without actually saying, yeah, hey, this is happening. Then, shortly after that, we actually saw a Warzone image leak on the same day that Season 2 launched, with the new Ghost render and everything else included in it, which would be incredibly hard to fake, considering all of those assets just dropped that day. And that's actually where we saw the name Warzone first appear. We also, of course, have the classified tab that came alongside Season 2, which also hints at the mode, and in the time since, multiple players have actually glitched into the mode on accident, and some people have even seen the classified tab replaced by the official Warzone preview, where it depicts the mode will feature a 200-player battle where only one person or one team can win. So, like I said earlier, this mode is all but officially confirmed at this point. However, earlier on this week, things ramped up even more as an inside source close to the development of the mode ended up revealing some pretty interesting information about what we can expect for Warzone's release, accessibility, and even more. So this information is coming from VGC, or the Video Game Chronicle, as they claim that a development source indicated that Warzone is going to be releasing sometime in early March, which pretty much lines up with what we've been speculating about here on the channel, as to separate it a bit from the rest of the Season 2 content so it doesn't overshadow anything else. Now, this VGC article says the mode is apparently at least a few weeks away, pending any unexpected delays, and the most likely release is going to be early next month, presumably either on the 3rd or on the 10th. Now, I know I've seen a lot of people in the community saying it might be releasing on the 3rd, because on the actual classified tab on the main menu, you can actually see the numbers 303 appear here and there, and obviously 303 can be related to March 3rd. But as of right now, either of those dates stand an equal chance when it comes to the official release of Warzone. But then, things get even more exciting as we learn that Warzone is going to instantly unlock right away for everyone who owns Modern Warfare, as the classified tab is going to become, unclassified? Is that the right way to put it? Sure, we're gonna roll with it. Anyways, the development source says the mode will be there right away for everyone who owns the game, and for those who don't, the mode is going to release as a standalone game for free with the option to upgrade and buy the full Modern Warfare game if you so choose. Now, that in and of itself, to me, is astronomically huge news. It was rumored that this mode was going to be free to play for a while now, but this development source who talked about all this information just confirmed what we all wanted to hear basically, in the fact that Warzone will be entirely free to play. It was revealed earlier this year that because of COD Mobile, the overall player base for Call of Duty in general, meaning across all titles for the year, BO4, MW, COD Mobile, all that good stuff, actually doubled, I believe. I mean, yeah, it is a mobile game, so it's a lot more accessible, but the whole free-to-play aspect of that draws in a huge crowd that previously wasn't around. So to have this whole mode be free-to-play, I think is one of the single best moves that Activision's made in quite some time. Now, keep in mind, this mode will probably be monetized like no tomorrow, with different operator skins and camos and this and that and whatever else, but this does open the gates for a new market of players, which is going to result in more populated lobbies, faster lobby fill times, ideally a more stable connection, and a better experience overall. I mean, I can speak from experience. Back in Black Ops 4, we had the whole free-to-play weekend for Blackout at one point, and I remember just how fun it was playing when you had this massive new influx of players trying out the game. So this is going to appeal to a much larger audience than any pay-to-play Call of Duty title or mode would, and that, like I said, is huge news. Now, this VGC article also goes on to explain that the Warzone mode should be fully connected to Modern Warfare's content stream, meaning you can earn Battle Pass progression through playing regular multiplayer, Spec Ops, or Warzone all the same. As we know, the progression for the Battle Pass is predominantly tied to playtime, so in multiplayer, Ground War is without a doubt the way to go since those matches last the longest. In Spec Ops, survival typically lasts longer than anything else we have available, and for Warzone, if you are able to stay alive for a decent amount of time, that's going to yield some decent pass progression too. Now, we should also note that Warzone is supposed to be its own standalone application. Obviously, if you don't own the full game, you will need to download it somehow, so it kind of makes sense either way, if you own Modern Warfare or not, that it will be a separate application. And that could also mean it's going to receive its own individual updates as well. So we could end up seeing something like the 1.17 update go live for the standard game, but none of that update might focus on Warzone, so it doesn't end up getting the patch whatsoever. Or, on the contrary, Warzone might get a new title update to add in a new location or to change certain gameplay elements, and the main application might not see any update for it, as multiplayer and Spec Ops wouldn't necessarily be affected by the new Warzone changes. So this whole idea of Warzone being its own unique thing, not necessarily Modern Warfare Warzone, but rather Call of Duty Warzone, and it just being connected to the main game through its content, kind of branches out into a territory and a space that we're not all that familiar with, but nonetheless, I am really excited to see how it all plays out. Also, to close things out for today, VGC does mention that starting here pretty soon, we should see some official marketing campaigns for Warzone go live. And we can somewhat deduce that if it's going to be going live on either March 3rd or March 10th, this week and next week fall under that 2-week magic number that Activision usually sticks to when it comes to their promotion and marketing for upcoming content. And of course, as things officially come out, we'll be covering them right here on the channel. So, with all of that being said, that is effectively everything we know about Call of Duty Warzone as of right now, and that is going to wrap things up for today. What are you the most excited about when it comes to Warzone? Are you eager to jump into a new map and see how it plays and maybe find some Easter eggs and whatnot? Are you curious about the looting and plunger mechanics? Let me know down in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like on it. And of course, if you're new here and you want to stay up to date with the latest Call of Duty news and intel, updates and leaks, and pretty much everything else in between, feel free to subscribe with your notifications turned on. That way you'll always know when I post a new video. As always, if you want to check out any of my partners, be sure to use code IMMORTAL on all Scuff, G Fuel, Control Freak, and Respawn products. Also, I have been streaming a lot recently over on Twitch. I see a lot of you guys coming over and saying what's up there. But if you haven't checked it out yet, and you want to watch me play some Call of Duty and occasionally some other games live, that and all of those other links can be found down in the description below. Once again, thanks so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.